What's up everyone, my name is RoyaleRebelle, and in this video I'm going over Dead by Daylight's upcoming chapter, Alien. This chapter is set to come out August 29th and brings a new survivor, killer, and map. If it wasn't obvious from the title, this is a licensed chapter from the Alien horror franchise. The survivor is Ellen Ripley, the killer is the Xenomorph, and the new map is Nostromo Wreckage. Starting off with the map, I am really excited for it. It is truly an indoor-outdoor map instead of an outdoor map with just some buildings on it. You get to see a decent amount inside the wreckage, and outside the space is still a decent size. One downside to this map though is that it feels massive. I'm not sure if it's actually a bigger map or if it just feels that way, but the details on it are amazing, and if you guys know anything about me, I am a sucker for attention to detail. There's even a hidden Easter egg on the map that you can find by searching for a key card hidden on a dead body around the map. Now on to Ripley. So starting off with a little fun fact, if you look at the model for Ripley and think it looks nothing like Sojourner Weaver, that's because Weaver doesn't want any association with violent video games. So it's not actually created in her likeness, or at least not in the face. But her three perks are Chemical Trap, Light-Footed, and Lucky Star. Chemical Trap allows survivors to place traps on pallets after they've repaired at least 50% of a generator. This trap stays active up to 120 seconds. If a killer breaks a trap pallet, the killer is slowed by 50% for 4 seconds. I am kind of excited about this perk. Mostly I think it'll be fun to watch killers set it off, but it has a similar problem to Blast Mine in that there's no guarantee killers will kick the pallet in time. You get a lot of situations of killers kicking pallets before you can set one, or if you do set one, they just don't get to it in time. I do wish this mechanic worked like the old Blast Mine, where if they didn't set it off, you would just get the trap back and it could be set somewhere else, but I doubt that's a change they're ever going to make. Now, I'm also not sure if this was a bug or not, but when running Blast Mine, I was able to gain progress towards both these perks, but I was unable to place either. We'll have to wait until after the PTB to see if these perks can be run together, but considering you can use Blast Mine and Flashbang together, I'm assuming this was just a PTB bug. Now, Light-Footed. Light-Footed is a pretty underwhelming perk. It suppresses the sound of your footsteps while running and deactivates for 20 seconds after doing a rush vault. And I say this is underwhelming because I've never heard of a killer tracking survivors by their footsteps. This perk just reminds me of how much I think behavior needs to pull back on chapter releases, because I don't know what they were thinking with this perk. It has next to no value. Maybe if it hit scratch marks, that could be valuable, but then I think we'd get people who would say that that would be OP. And finally, Lucky Star. Again, not a super exciting perk, but it does provide some decent information. When you hide inside a locker, it activates. Grunts of pain and pools of blood are hidden for 10 seconds. This would make it a good combo with either Quick and Quiet or Dance With Me. And then upon exiting the locker, you see the aura of other survivors and the closest generator for 10 seconds, which could be helpful in determining a next move, but maybe it's just this perk reads clunky. I do think it would be nice for a stealth build because then killers won't be able to hear you in the locker, but it would need to be a Lucky Break, Quick and Quiet type of build. While I do like Ripley's perks overall, there's definitely nothing game-changing about these, which is a slight disappointment after the Nicolas Cage chapter, which I think brought some amazing perks. As always, we'll have to see how it plays outside the PTB, because the PTB definitely doesn't reflect real gameplay. Onto the Xenomorph. The Xenomorph is kind of like Nemesis meets Demogorgon. Its power is called Hidden Pursuit. When loading in, there are 7 different tunnel entrances the Xenomorph can use to traverse the map. Unlike the Demogorgon, where its tunnels are just an animation, you actually have to move through the tunnels as the Xenomorph. You can mark which exit you're looking for, which will highlight its path for players, ensuring they don't get lost. And then the Xenomorph gains Killer Instinct on survivors that are within 12 meters of the control station as it exits the tunnels. So outside each tunnel is a control station. Each control station has a remote flame turret that survivors can place anywhere around the map. If the Xenomorph gets within line of sight of a turret, it will be staggered and its running mode will end and the turret will break. Turrets also break after being left on the ground for more than 30 seconds, but they can be repaired. Xenomorphs can break turrets, and broken turrets return to the pool after 45 seconds. Survivors can only have 4 turrets out at a time, and while carrying a turret, they suffer a 35% hindered effect. They're exhausted and incapacitated, but they are immune from detection from the Xenomorph when it's traveling through the tunnels. The Xenomorph has a special ability called Runner Mode. In Runner Mode, Xenomorph travels on all 4 legs and has a reduced terror radius. While in Runner Mode, Xenomorph can use a tail attack, which has an increased reach of 4.8 meters, which is similar to the whip on Nemesis. The Xenomorph's perks are Rapid Brutality, Alien Instinct, and Ultimate Weapon. Rapid Brutality gives a bonus 5% haste after hitting a survivor with a basic attack for up to 10 seconds. When running this perk, killers are no longer able to gain Bloodlust. I'm honestly shocked behavior would make a perk that takes away Bloodlust, but for this perk, I can understand why. An extra 5% on top would be kind of crazy with Bloodlust. And this perk, when used correctly, has a good chance of ending chases early, and I think it's going to be especially good on stealth killers. Alien Instinct is an aura reading perk. Whenever you hook a survivor, the aura of the furthest injured survivor is revealed for 5 seconds. That survivor suffers from the oblivious status for up to 20 seconds. This perk gives Distortion so much more value. In the PTB, there were definitely killers who made this perk work for them. And on a killer like Nurse or Blight who can close distance on survivors quickly, this will definitely a benefit to get another quick down. Especially if you're a survivor and you're not expecting it, you definitely have to keep an eye on your HUD since there's no notification for getting the oblivious status. Now finally, Ultimate Weapon. After opening a locker, this perk activates for 30 seconds. When survivors enter your terror radius, they scream and reveal their location, and they also suffer for blindness for another 30 seconds. I don't have too many thoughts on this perk. It's mildly interesting, but I doubt it's making it into the meta. It might work well with Iron Maiden, so you're not wasting so much time at lockers. I just think there are so many better perks out there than this. Overall, I'm excited for the maps and the characters themselves to come to DbD. Their perks and their abilities are just alright. Like, there's nothing game-changing coming with this chapter. But let me know what you guys think. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see more content, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel so I can bring you more Dead by Daylight content. And if you guys want to check out my Twitch streams, don't forget to follow me there so you can be notified when I go live.